This is a very exciting matchup as we have the Buffalo Bills versus the New York Jets on Monday Night Football. This is a division rivalry game as Buffalo looks to continue their dominance over the AFC East, winning the division the last 3 years in a row. The Jets, on the other hand, have something to say about that, as this is not the same Jets from years past. For starters, they have a 4-time MVP at the helm now, Aaron Rodgers, who is also a Super Bowl winner. This division is projected to be one of the toughest divisions in the league this season. This is game 1 of the season, but the loser of this game could have significant ramifications on playoff seeding and the division title later on in the season. Stay tuned for the panel's score prediction at the end, but now let's dive into this game preview and break down both teams as they head into this heavyweight matchup. We start with the Buffalo Bills on offense last season. Although the Buffalo Bills won 13 regular season games, last season, the offense finished with the 3rd most points scored per game at 26.9, and Josh Allen finished with the 2nd highest total QBR at 71.4. The offense became inconsistent in the second half of the season and struggled at times. Allen led the league in turnovers at 19 despite the team having one of its games canceled, and the Bills had the highest percentage of drop passes at 6.2. This offseason, the Bills have made 2 major additions to their offense. They signed rookie tight end Dalton Kincaid to a rookie contract. Dalton was projected as the top tight end in the 2023 NFL Draft by many draft analysis. Dalton, as a pass catcher, will take a lot of pressure off of Stefon Diggs by giving Allen a reliable safety blanket. Another sneaky good addition the Bills made this offseason is adding running back Damien Harris to the backfield. Harris, who got 202 carries last season, sneaked into PFF's top 20 at number 17 for running backs. Harris falls into the category of super efficient in a limited role after earning 85 and higher in PFF grades in each of the last 2 seasons. Harris is now added to a running back room that already has second-year pro James Cook. Aside from the Buffalo's superstar quarterback, they also have one of the game's most elite wide receivers in Stefon Diggs. Diggs remains among the elite wide receivers in the NFL. He has now stacked 3 consecutive seasons with at least 100 receptions, 1,225 receiving yards, and 8 receiving touchdowns. This season for Buffalo offense to continue to improve, the team must cut down on the turnovers, especially Josh Allen's reckless interceptions at times. The Bills must also run the ball more with their running backs and take pressure off Josh Allen with hopes of keeping him fresh to make a postseason run. The Bills' offense will have their hands full going up against a dominant Jets defense who was top 3 in the NFL last season. To put it frankly, the Jets' defense was elite, and they are expected to be even better this season. The New York Jets' defense was the lifeblood of their team in 2022. Despite fielding arguably the worst quarterback play in the NFL, the Jets managed to post a 7-9 record in a competitive conference and division. With Aaron Rodgers now under center in New York, the defense's job might get a little easier. By almost any metric, the Jets' defense was one of the NFL's best in 2022. New York led the league in yards allowed per play at 4.8, gave up the 4th fewest points, ranked 3rd in Football Outsiders' weighted DVOA, which is defense adjusted value over average, and finished 6th in expected points added per play. While the Jets were above average against the run, they were dominant against the pass. General manager Joe Douglas hit 2 home runs at cornerback during the 2022 offseason, first signing ex-Seahawk DJ Reed to a 3-year deal before using the draft's 4th overall pick on Sauce Gardner, who won Defensive Rookie of the Year and is already perhaps NFL's best cornerback. The Jets will bring back 9 of 11 defensive starters next season, including edge rusher Carl Lawson, thought to be a cut candidate before agreeing to a pay cut, and linebacker Quincy Williams, who re-signed on a 3-year deal. New York also enjoys continuity on the coaching staff, where Saleh will call plays for the 3rd consecutive season. Gang Green also added more depth by drafting another edge rusher to add to his front, selecting Iowa State's Will McDonald with the 15th overall pick. New York also replaced safety LaMarcus Joyner, arguably the weak link of the Jets' 2022 defense, with trade acquisition Chuck Clark, who should represent an immediate upgrade. While there are a lot of talented defenses in the NFL, the Jets have as good of a chance as any team at posting a top 3 unit in 2023, and there's a decent chance they'll emerge as the single best defense in the league. The concerns for this Jets team were never on defense last season, it was always on offense. In 2022, the Jets' offense was ranked 29th in points per game, The Jets' offense also finished 31st in the NFL with a red zone touchdown rate of 43.5. On 46 trips into the red zone, they only punched the ball into the end zone 20 times. This season, Gang Green should be much improved on the offensive end with the additions of offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett, quarterback Aaron Rodgers, wide receiver Allen Lazard, and Randall Cobb. Second-year pro wide receiver Garrett Wilson is also expected to take another massive jump now that he has a more than competent quarterback throwing the ball compared to what Gang Green had last season. Also, if the Jets are lucky enough to enjoy healthy seasons from Mekhi Becton and Breece Hall, it would substantially increase the run game's sheer power, helping them score touchdowns at the goal line more efficiently. Coming into this season, experts don't expect to see the offense struggle the way they did last season, even if it takes the offense a couple of games to build chemistry and adjust to a new playbook. Henceforth, the perfect segue to the Bills' defense. Having to play an offense like the Jets with so many new integral pieces going into Week 1 is very beneficial for the Bills' defense. The Jets' defense received a lot of praises earlier, and they rightfully deserve it, but this Buffalo defense is also pretty elite. The Buffalo Bills have positioned themselves as one of the premier defenses in the NFL. Much of this is due to the ascension of players like Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, Travis White, and Matt Milano, with significant credit also owed to the Bills' coaching staff. Entering last season, the Bills made a big splash move signing future Hall of Famer Von Miller, a player who completely altered the Bills' pass rush early last season. Through the first half of the season, the Bills were one of the best pass-rushing defensive lines in the league. Then on Thanksgiving Day, what had become a strength of the Bills quickly dissipated with Miller suffering a torn ACL. With Von Miller coming back this season and Buffalo returning their two-star safeties, All-Pro linebacker Matt Milano and star cornerback Travis White, this defense looks to make its case to one of the top defenses in the league. With defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier stepping down from his role, Sean McDermott will now be calling plays defensively for the Bills. The most glaring difference for the Bills' defense is the absence of middle linebacker Tremaine Edmunds, who departed from the team in free agency to sign a 4-year, $72 million deal with the Chicago Bears. This now leaves a big hole in the middle of an already elite defense. Here are a few key matchups that will determine the winner of this game. The first matchup is Diggs versus Sauce Gardner. The winner of this matchup will play a vital role in who wins the game. The second matchup is the Bills' offensive line versus the Jets' front seven. Will the Bills' offensive line be able to hold up against Quinnen Williams and the Jets' D-line, who plays 8 deep? The third matchup to keep an eye out for is Aaron Rodgers versus Sean McDermott defensive play calling. This is Aaron Rodgers' first time under center calling the plays, with the Jets, and Sean McDermott has now taken over the defensive play calling duties for the Bills. Keep an eye out on the chess match between these two. Let me know what your score predictions are in the comments section. The panel has the Bills 21-17 over the New York Jets. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, as we will also be uploading a review and breakdown of this game after Week 1. Stay tuned.